Hello! Welcome to Matt Cal. Hope you all are having a wonderful Monday. So enemy patrol. Because Sightlines is under this. That's why. That's why. Chase area. It is such a Monday. Okay, open this up. Script, we can grab the chase area and the patrol zone and just automatically say don't ever show the chase area or the patrol zone in the actual game. And that way we're allowed to have them visible. Okay. What were we working on? We just got into room G. I've decided I want to add a pig. Decided we need a pig. But which kind of pig? Hard hat pig, maybe? Is it time for a hard hat pig to be in the mix again? It's been a while. All the way back to here. This is the only hard hat. Wait, there's no hard hat pig here, is there? Do we just not have hard hat pig as an on the field enemy anywhere? No, these are all just regular pigs. Just a bunch of regular pigs around here. All right, well, it's definitely time for pig. Pig actor helmet. Add it to the scene. Move him. He's going to be up here. And he's going to get this and this. These two. This guy is getting deleted. And then the patrol cycle can be moved. Ooh, it's going to be much smaller. Significantly smaller. Okay, a regular size patrol zone. For a regular size. No, he needs a smaller patrol zone. So, what are we up to tonight? Tonight's main thing is, well, oops. I guess the main thing tonight is we're going to be working on our second pass. This time we're on room G. I got the frog in here. He's looking better. And also, I heavily modified the entrance to basically just be a black rectangle, but I've also added a bit of a gradient. It's not super crisp or anything, but it gets the job done. It gives me the effect I'm looking for. Pitch black rectangle is like not good looking in modern games, but that's not the style we're going for. And this does look enough like a frog, I think. What we'll do is when you first enter this room, we'll do a little cinematic overview of the area. Originally what happened is you would be in a camera pivot zone that would forcibly pivot the camera that way when you first enter the room, and then when you walk out of the zone, it would go back to normal. That can be disorienting, especially if that's your first direction of the level. So instead, we're gonna do like a zoom out thing about like You enter the room, and we're gonna trigger a cinematic. Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. Very much appreciate you hanging out. This arrow represents the unfurling bridge. When the game is actually running, this is a set of dynamically placed bridge planks that are all bundled up. The idea is that the snails have latched it up, and you have to fight them now. Originally, there was just a gear, and that was it. I feel like this needs a little bit more as well. Like, what does this need exactly? Let's try a capsule here. Much smaller, of course, but I want to see about maybe like something that like the gear is somehow on. Give it some kind of thing to exist upon. All right, let's mess with the numbers here. Radius. Obviously need that to be significantly smaller. We can just move this down, but something kind of like this. And then give it a texture. Let's try some textures here. Let's try... That's like, okay. Can also give it a rusty overlay, even. Oxide. I want to go for more of the wood. We can't really do dark blank because that's kind of the same texture we got for the gears. Dark red, interesting, but no. Was this one? Nah. Just bright red. Actually, something bright is not crazy. Gray doesn't feel right. Wood feels okay, but capsule does not look good. What would we do here? What kind of mesh here? Prism, like a triangle. I think the sharp edge there would not be great. Just good old box. Just make it a box. Just make it a box. Just a big old box. Make that a little smaller. Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's do this. Would you stop? It's the bot. I did confirm that message is coming from the bot. I'm a little bit worried about that. Okay, let's just do it like this. Be like, oh yeah, it's totally a thing that exists. Make this a unique one. See, this one actually could be a cylinder. And it would kind of make sense. But scale it down significantly. Let's go up to 5 on that. Height, pretty small. Yeah, do something like, kind of like that. And this, let's give this the dark blanks. something darker. Dark brick. Dark brick. No, that's too bright. Let's go with the dark oxide texture. It's a nice kind of generic, like, I don't know what this is. Doesn't matter. There we go. There. It has an axle now. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna come in here, and it's gonna be. Ooh, we're gonna do like a little fade out of the area. Kind of do like a slow pan of stuff. Slow pan of frog rock. And then show, I guess, the waterfall from a distance, like this. Or maybe more like this, and then kind of ease it up to there. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but it'll be an initial cinematic that we'll do. We're going to warp the camera here as quickly as possible while we are still in cinematic mode. Need to figure out how that works, because I know on the hub A, we have a initial cinematic, and it was breaking a lot. Initial cinematic. Yeah, it just runs it immediately. I think it may have been something with the camera was failing out. I never played Donkey Konga, so I don't really know anything about it. I was thinking maybe some like bigger shrubs in here that you could smack and they would bounce the same way the giant pig does would be cool. Swampy or something. I do want to have like a swampy area, but yeah, I like the idea of there being more vines here. I think having some of those big bushes will help. Right here, we've got these guys here are a good start. Now the problem with these is they are, I'm gonna see if I will see the problem with these. Let's move this. Okay. So let's move this here. Let's see if we can see the issue. Yeah, transition area to the cave. I like that. Okay, so there is... Well, actually, no, I'm not seeing it. I guess because it's dead onto the camera and we're not looking at a distance. We don't have the issue. Yeah, this is it. We did it. Ship it. Sometimes there is a problem with, actually, if I rotate this slightly, we might see it. Okay, so check it out. I am definitely behind this. Oh, I changed the jump physics, by the way. I don't know. Well, sometimes there is something up with the Z indexing, and I'm not sure how we're gonna see it. So I just tripled the gravity and bumped up the jump height to make it roughly the same height. The reason was, I remembered I wanted to put something out in the river that you can't reach without Leon, so that you would come back later and have to use him to get it. But then I was like, okay, now I gotta test it to see if I can just jump there, and it was like, oh gosh, I can easily get there with just a well-timed jump. That's not good. Welcome in, Day. Welcome in, Willow. So yeah, that's what's up with that. Like, this would be a reasonable thing. let's you know what? Let's make a scene for this. Let's make a scene for a wiggleable bush. Oh, thanks, Off the Rails. Appreciate that. Shaky bush. So it's gonna have a 3D sprite and also a lot more to it than that. Yeah, so one thing we gotta remember is region is a deal. I wanna make sure that we do not ever use the bottom. Can you jump over it? I think not. I think that's a definite no. Yeah, we are coming up on the 9 months of this project, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Feeling pretty good. That's what I'm thinking, is have it so that things could conceivably pop out. Maybe not yet. Maybe this is too early for that, but definitely at some point. All right, so we're gonna make it a static body with a collision shape of a box. So the idea is that no, you cannot jump over it. It is solid all the way up to the sky. Forever. Is there, what other shapes do we have? Okay, I was checking to see if we could do like something a little bit more difficult to land on. No, we're just gonna make it a box. Make it a fairly thin. No, actually, no, we want to give it some thickness because we don't want people clipping through it when turning around or something. Okay, the next thing, you may recall the pig. The big pig. This guy cracks me up. Funniest thing I ever saw. So this particular pig, right here, this guy, he has a generic interact zone and a boing sound that makes it so that he bounces when you hit him. Cool. So we're gonna do that with this. So we need the collision shape, however, to more closely match the bush. Doesn't have to be exact. Transform, reset. Because this is just where your gear hitbox has to hit to cause the shaking. And I may be able to make this something we can that can trigger a signal, because what if we want to have like you hit a bush? I'm getting real. All right, details. Show me the details. What? Server return to 401. Huh. Okay, good to know. That would explain why it's happening so rarely. So that might be the, my bot, I built in a service that checks how long until the next ad. The idea is that it announces like, hey everybody, an ad's about to start. Give me a second while it goes through. We'll all be patient. Sorry that ads exist. Sorry that we live in this kind of world. It's getting a 401, and that's unexpected and weird. So what if generic interact here? But now it can't authenticate. Yeah, it's getting unauthorized, and I don't know why. Very strange. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. So this is specifically for the wobble, isn't it? Yeah, because this is using the wobble interact function. Okay, I guess we can leave the wobble. See, this makes me want to... mean, I could just put another copy of it with a different script. That would actually make sense. That's more of the Godot way of composition over inheritance. So we just have a second interact zone that can be interacted with the gear. That can do something like, hey, if you hit this with a gear for the first time in a playthrough ever, when you hit this with a gear, coins pop out. Whatever. Better or worse than a 404? 404 would be really weird. 404 would imply that the endpoint that my bot is hitting no longer exists or has changed addresses, which on an API, that means that Twitch is doing some really dumb stuff that goes against all expectations. 401 is like, okay, something is wrong with the authentication token. Like, it's not properly re-authenticating or something like that. Like, okay, I've screwed something up perhaps, or I didn't handle this one case that should be properly handled on my end. So I'm not super worried about it. I mean, actually, what I can do is just pull up the bot code and disable the whatchamacallit. Disable the ad service. What calls the ad service? And then let's just comment that out for now. Aha, right here. Comment this out. Turn off bot. Rebuild bot. Build success. Relaunch bot. Reconnect. And we should be good. Hopefully no more 401s. Popping up, interrupting my stream with my own bad code. Okay, so yeah, that's how we can in the future handle this, is just add another interact zone to the bush. But for now, this should just be a bush that wobbles, and that's it. Yeah. So let's put that as a greenery, and then add another one. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Hello, bot. Hub sub service error. Uh-oh. That's worrying. Let me bring the bot back up. Try it again. Here we go. Oh no, I meant I was gonna try it again, but Huh. I'm sure it's fine. Well, I better do that so we don't waste people's points. Like Al's. Gosh, Al's gonna be destitute. Here you go. That should hold you over. Okay, so these obviously need to be significantly smaller. It was a good selection of stairs, I must admit. Alright, how's this look? That looks better. Let's make sure it shakes properly. Let's check that out. Okay, good. Thought nice and solid. It needs a different sound. I need like a rustling. But that does the shaking that I want. Yeah, I like it. But it's definitely the wrong effect there. Let's check our sound effects. I think I might have a leaf sound effect I grabbed, but I don't remember what it was for. Oh, it's for the hay bale. Leaf pile. That would work. I'll take that. Yeah. Very leafy. A little loud. Let's bring it down to half volume. Half volume is -6. Better than Boing. Definitely better than Boing. Okay, that'll work. Yeah. I like it. Okay, this lets us add a lot more interest to this area. Like, is there something behind here? We can put treasures back here behind these bushes. It's good. That is nice. Like, could we do like a little miniature maze or something? Treasures. Well, we already have some treasure. Well, first off, we got a new cinematic here. Maybe you have treasures pop out when you shake them. Yes! Very Paper Mario. Yeah, maybe a slight maze? I don't know. Did you like that pop, that little pop on the text there? Did you notice that? Thank you for the follow. All follows are anonymous. See, I'm using the things that I built. And now I got the shaky text. It's all coming together. We're doing it. She still needs a different voice. And then scripted fight, and hang on. Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Is this gonna let me? It is. Okay, how do we handle that then? Okay, but now it's okay. So it's a scripted fight, and therefore you can't escape. I finally hooked that up. But it doesn't tell you that at the start of battle like it should. Okay. Alright, so we are just gonna bowling ball. We have infinite superpowered items, so we may as well use them. So now we can access this. I want to make a little sound, and then treasure. These guys are back. Which means the state flag is not being set. Oh no, it's because I never actually put in what the state flag is supposed to be. So this is bridge unfurl. So when bridge unfurl, by default is 0, but we're gonna set it to 1. All right, wait for state. Bridge unfurl only available if bridge unfurl is 0, otherwise it's not there. So if I open this area up while we're at bridge unfurl 1, yeah, then they are gone. However, this is supposed to be back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if the area loads with the state set properly, well, that's interesting though, because it shouldn't care whether we're coming in from another area or directly. Okay, good. I cannot attach to this because it's already been used. So why is it? Get out of here. Why is it then that it didn't process? Okay, load gear states. This happens when you come into a room. We load gear states and I guess load flag states. Is that? Okay. Sure. Okay, but those things are only happening on fade out between scene transition. But they should happen also when we are on ready, like when the area is initially started. So on room load. On room load, huh? Okay. So after on room load, then we can do these things. Okay, what is current scene path? Where's that coming from? From room key. Where's room key coming from? Current room key. Okay, so just pass in current room key. All right, so now if I initially load this room, instead of transitioning from another room, yeah, then everything is, well, it has to animate, but it's fine. Cool. Okay, maybe a little maze of bushes. See, it would be cool for it to go under the bridge, but that does create a weird issue since I made the bush hitbox really tall. But it would give you something to do. Now, I gotta remember that you start up here. Dream of the past. I don't either. Dream of the past, huh? Let me just, do nothing. Boy, I probably should add some kind of search by name now. It was kind of a pain earlier because of the backend server would have to do some really weird SQL stuff for that. But now it could happen very easily. Dream of the past. There we go, Popples. 33-minute world record by Popples. Oh, right. Ultrastar. He did an Ultrastar level. Do I even dare? This is not happening. No. Get me out of here. Yeah, same. Honestly. You can, like, kind of go along the edge here. Not that that matters. Plucked it out. Okay, so let's say we're doing a little hedge maze. Possible problem is you can just, like, jump down. And that's, like, I'm not going to be able to stop you from just jumping off the ledge here into the maze. So that means I can't use this back zone as much as I would like to. Prickly vines or something. I mean, it could just be that you just have to navigate through this zone. And that's it. Yeah, we could make like a dangerous zone. see what happens if we just kind of play around with a bit of a something or other like this. Okay, gotta make sure that we don't get our big fat hitbox in the way of the bridge. Yeah, going around the back would be cool. I mean, maybe we're just like, okay, if you realize you can just do that, then yeah, go for it. Why can't you just... Like, I can't do, like, layers here. Unless I have little fences everywhere. That could be something. Maybe we add little fences. Why are those fences there? Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I need something to be able to go laterally, and bushes, that's not it. That is not it. But fences. Of course fences are part of greenery. Why do you ask? Where do we have a fence? Room E had a fence. Oh, what a fence it had. Okay, that's pretty big. Oh, I get you. Like, kind of lower it down a little bit. Okay. Rotate by 90. If we scale this by half, what do we get here? A tiny little fence. How does that look? Okay, I have an idea here. We are going to... This is bad. This is like, oh gosh, invisible maze. Basically invisible maze. Not good. We don't want that. However, we could have a little tilt the camera bit going on in this zone. A camera control zone could very easily manage this for us. So a Node 3D camera controls. Add to that a camera control zone to that. And yeah, we can give it a camera target. Now I'll need to double check something on that, but I think that will do the trick for us. Okay, so we can just like squish this whole thing. But it does need to be square. Okay, so as long as you're in the camera control zone, it is active until you find the way out to this area, whatever's going on over here. Oh, actually, that would be a really good way to force the player to come from a specific angle into this zone, which helps that cinematic play out a little bit nicer, because we can kind of force them to not be able to go around this way. And they think they're going to be pretty clever, and like, oh, ho, ho, what if I just jump around it? Because I can totally do that, because I'm a skilled player. And to that, I'm going to say, no, not allowed. Invisible block. Get invisible blocked, nerd. You try that. Get out of here. Just get out of here. So I will reduce that, increase that, and just say, no, that's too low. And then to prevent you from actually doing that, I mean, actually, I guess a fence makes sense too, doesn't it? I can just, also have the invisible block there to have a smoother point. And this is the pretty barrier. It's like, this explains why you can't do that. And then the this one is just to actually make it smooth and make sure there's no way you're getting back onto the land's collision there if you try it. There we go. Okay. You cannot go this. You cannot go this way. Ye cannot. Let's see. So now the fence makes more sense over there. A locked gate. Now we're talking. Now we're thinking with video games. Okay, so how are you supposed to solve the maze? Go in through here, and then there's shenanigans and tomfoolery afoot for a while. Fence is here, definitely. It's not going to be much of a maze. I don't want to have a ton of stuff going on here. No, I get you. Yeah, by the snails. So it's like you have to go up and around, and then there's a fence somewhere here to keep you from going through here. Because not going to be much of a maze. It's a very... I guess there's a maze here. Sure. Just feel good about solving your puzzle. And get out of here. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, there's totally some fencing here that you have to figure out how to get past. How do you do it? Which way do you go? Don't take the wrong path. Oh, I'm lost. Get rid of that one. Just fill in more bushes over here. Parallel to the walls and up again. Oh, I get you. A little bit of this to add a little bit more texture. I want to put some vines here too. Something like this. Now, I gotta be careful here because then the player can jump down and get soft locked. So that's a no-go for a bush, but this is allowed. And could have a little prize. Again, need to be careful about the hitbox extending up. That is admittedly a little weird. No, you won't be able to jump up high enough to walk on top of it, but there will be a solid wall above it, which is an invisible wall. Same with over here. Actually, this one I need to be worried about. This one I need to move back a bit because I don't want to mess with the bridge. I wonder if there's some way I could make it... Imagine a collision wall that is only in effect when you are at about the height of the ground. Well, what's the point of that? No, that doesn't make any sense. Then just make it lower. No, why would I want to do that? I want to do that because I want to make it so that if you were to jump onto it, like I want a lowish wall that you can't stand on, that you would fall right through until you hit the ground and then you would be ejected. That's a little weird. And it feels like it'd be a little expensive of an operation if I'm monitoring the player's position every frame. I don't know, maybe it's fine. Well, this is certainly more, which is nice. Fence here. Bush here. Yeah, this is like not a maze, it's a very linear maze. Really, the only thing that would perhaps make this of interest is if there's an enemy to avoid, right? And then you can feel like a clever lad for jumping over it and starting the maze halfway through. Does that make sense? Like, intentionally make an obstacle that's very easy to bypass? I think that's a decent thing to do. Alright, give me this pig. No, give me the balloon pig. Give me... Why does he not render it first? I don't understand this. This is so bizarre. Yeah, this is a good idea. An intentionally easy to avoid obstacle. Just gonna patrol in this little zone here, and he'll chase you anywhere in this little zone here, which is not that big. All right. A lot of invisible stuff here going on. Oh, right, I need to actually set this up, because right now I don't even know if this is going to work the way I expect it to. I need a node 3D, which is the camera target, maze cam. So I just need to give this a position of what to focus on, and then also an angle. Say like that. Let's get it actually pretty high up. So you're going to be looking down at the whole thing when you're in this zone. Let's see if that works. It might just go up into the air and nothing else. Okay, so it's not properly tilting down like it's supposed to. Camera control zone. Just to rotation. there needs to be an adjust pitch. Where are we using adjust pitch? Cinematic steps do adjust pitch. Okay. So we need this. Adjust pitch by delta P. Body, camera targets, global rotation X, duration, transition duration, and then reverse, just set back to 0. This is probably gonna screw up, but let's try it. Okay, that does the tilt down. Oh no, we got it. All right. And I think we can just, yeah, we can just shift this now appropriately. We cannot shift the tilt though without restarting. Actually, maybe we could if we like exited the area and came back in. I think this still needs... All right, first off, we gotta get rid of this bridge. Game manager. Okay, I have no longer, or edit that. I've no longer unfurled the bridge. Is this doable? Whee! Get through the bridge. Is there a place? Okay, I can anywhere I am, I can just hop a little bit and see where I've gone up to. Maybe a second pig here to drill that in. Oh, geez. How did you... Sir? Sir? I guess he does have a balloon. Did I just screw something up a lot? No. Something does seem a little bit weird with you when you jump in and out of it a lot. So here's an option. I could have something similar to what I have in the shop, which is a follower sprite, or a follower node. How did I set this up? It's right here, a camera path. Camera path. So this will just follow the player as close as it can. Camera underscore path. Let's try this. Is that a camera path? So it's a line that's just going to stick to the player as best it can. So we're going to place that in the maze zone so that as you go further back, it'll go further back. As you go further forward, it'll go further forward. We can stretch that out pretty far, but it's only going to go around that one zone. And then maze camera is actually going to be a child of camera path. Is that how that works? Or no, I need to put it pretty deep down in here. I need to put it like on this. Well, let's look what this looks like. How does this look? Okay, so it follows me. Yeah, that just follows me up and down. And so if I put the maze camera as a child of that, maybe here-ish, then, yeah, then we get this. Hey, Abram. Welcome in. So we want to see a little bit more of where we're going. So let's scoot this a bit. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then you exit. And this is a little bit something going on here. But I'm okay with it. All right, so we can hide this. This we can scoot up a bit. I think would be okay. And then this fence, let's duplicate that and put one over here. Now it's like, ooh, where do you go? Oh, what a maze. Yeah, love it. You get out here, and these three are weird. Okay, maybe I can just squish them down a bit. That looks a little bit weird. Okay, that might be all right. Oh, we actually do have a... I forgot about this. We have a... Game now has a literal blender. That's the blender. We did it. We learned how to work with Blender. Okay, move this trigger zone like here. I want to make sure that we don't accidentally create a way. I'm gonna put an invisible wall here so that you can't escape this. I don't want you to be able to like somehow circumvent this zone here. The cinematic that actually happens, I want to, okay, camera, the positional target. So you're gonna come in here somewhere, and then we're gonna walk you over to here, regardless of where you are. Okay, cool. I do think I want a second pig in here, though. I think that would be good. Fetch me another pig. Where is he? There's my new pig. Completely invisible for some reason. I'm gonna have him patrol like really close to here. Little patrol zone. Right here. Why does this look offset? It's not supposed to be like that. Oop. Better. Okay, so he's just gonna patrol here. Ah, that's probably what was screwing this guy up. Okay. Gotta make sure that the patrol zone does not... Yeah, that is what was happening with this guy. control zone cannot be allowed to interact with a wall, or you will get weird flying enemies. Okay, and a chase area for this guy. Area who will be allowed to move when he is hot on your tail. Pretty small area. He's gonna be not a real threat kind of threat. He cannot actually do much. He's there to feel like a threat. And that's about it. Right in there, nestling. The idea is you can very, very easily get around him. All right. So you get in here. We're gonna give the player a little like camera. Da 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 da. Look at this thing up ahead. Watch out for this thing. Do it, do it. All right, that's pretty smooth right there. And it will follow you. And you can be all stealthy and feel like you're good at video games. And you're like, oh, a sneaky pig. And then as soon as you get out of here... Okay. So the next thing to figure out is this. I don't want this happening when this is happening. What to work on next? That? Should we work on that next? Probably should. Let's do it. All right, let's figure out why is that allowed to happen. That is almost certainly our battle events, our queue. So, process battle events. When is this allowed to happen? Process battle actions and process battle events. Battle actions. What are our battle actions? So that's our action queue, I believe. And then the next thing I want to check is battle manager, encounter details. Okay, our battle script. Battle script gets initialized, which says, okay, queue everything up. And there should be a on battle begin. Now that happens during the initialization phase. What's on the agenda today? So, our current main objective is we have completed a pass. Every map that we need for Chapter 1 is done in that you can basically get through it. But a lot of stuff got left as, well, we'll put the enemies in later. All right, the camera controls, I redid it, so there's all these old areas, we'll put it in the new system later. These sound effects are missing, we'll add those later. So we got to go through all of the Chapter 1 zones and bring them up to quality that we now expect. After that, we're going to have to do the same thing with every enemy, every move in the game, not just the enemies, but also the players. Everything's got to have distinct sound effects and animations. Battle system as a whole needs a little bit of a revamp for some key systems that aren't really ready yet. One thing in particular is enemy stats, like just being able to view enemy stats while you are hovering over them. Let's see, what else? I haven't really done the Chapter 1 boss at all. I haven't even drawn him out yet. I know what I want him to do and how that's going to work, but it's a ways off. And I don't know what the actual end of the demo is going to be, because currently that is our main goal that we're looking towards, is a complete playable demo. Having played back through the Bug Fables demo, I am finding that it's short. But actually, that's more of just like Chapter 1 is short in Bug Fables. It's like, yeah, you go into the dungeon and you fight a boss, and then you're done with Chapter 1 of Bug Fables. Then they dump a lot of bug lore on you. So I'm trying to decide if the demo should end after the mid-boss that you fight in the caves, specifically these caves, or if it should go all the way to the Chapter 1 boss. That would be a pretty big deal. Because, like, already, if you play through this far of the game, you're going to know if it's the kind of game you want. This initial set of, like, you got 3 zones that's just, like, a little bit of jumping around and fighting enemies. No real puzzles to speak of in the first 3 zones. And then some town stuff so that it's like, okay, yeah, this is how the game's humor looks. This is how the game's dialogue looks. Would you like to play a full game that looks and feels like this? And then there's a mini game. It's like, yes, this game has mini games. And then you do a few more sections of platforming, fight enemies, minor puzzles, get more dialogue. Proceed, and then a boss fight to end on, and then that seems like a reasonable amount of time to let someone figure out, like, yeah, this is the game I want to play. In which case, we're very close to the end of that. I would like our second pass to go all the way through to the first main dungeon. This guy doesn't have anything to say anymore. I was gonna talk about how, like, oh yeah, you gotta. Sometimes things. Sometimes you can't get everything right away. You gotta come back later sometimes. That's life. Sorry, buddy. Anyway. Battle script. On battle begin. So we have our battle script. So battle script is what we call the code that handles individual fights and gives them something special, like in-fight dialogue or rules that need to be followed. In this case, we have on battle begin for this fight with the 2 snails, which should just be an introduction to the concept of, hey, some enemies have defense. Use attacks that deal singular large numbers, not lots of little numbers. That's all we need to tutorialize here. Problem is that this is supposed to happen. Yeah, it's okay. So as soon as this happens, the action queue is populated. So Battle Manager now has right here, action queue has things. Oh wait, no, actually it's right here that action queue has things. And so after that, we're gonna start calling process, including process battle events. Process battle events here should say on its first run that there are actions to perform. And therefore, it should not initialize a turn. There are currently actions being performed. So actions are like the pieces that make up a move normally. So like, oh, I'm in the process of approaching the enemy and doing a command and then animating me attacking them and then walking back to my original spot. That is a set of 4 actions. Event queue, it is the player's turn, it is the partner's turn, it is the between turns phase, it is enemy 1's turn, enemy 2's turn. Each of those is an event in the event queue. That's just the order that things happen in a fight, where every event can consist of waiting for a choice and then processing that choice. So the question is, why do we not have any action cues at this point? So let's just have a print here. And also let's have a, can I warp straight over there somehow? Magically, actually, yes. And, well, no, because I've got some... Yeah, because the zones do not move. So that's not going to work. Cool. One thing I could do is... move a shaky bush. No, because we got this invisible wall here. Fence. Move this shaky bush. There you go. There's our temporary quick path. I'm going to be watching the log here. All right, here we go. What are we printing? Okay. Okay. So we did, in the first frame, we did properly list that we have to do a conversation. And then it got removed from the action queue. So the only way that we are supposed to remove something from the action queue action queue size, then okay, it's not a wait command, it's an actual do dialogue. The queue method should return an is done value. We may have to await it. And if it is done, then we will do the thing. So that's implying that these items are... So this is the 2 items in the action queue. The action queue is... Oh, the action queue is do conversation. Oh, is it this wait call that's throwing it off? Do conversation as a function. Convo state equals, it starts as 0. If it is 0, then start a conversation in the UI and set it to 1. And then wait for conversation to be done. I bet that one is, yeah, because we're not technically in a dialogue if we're in a waiting state. Ah, see, yeah. So I wanted to put this here because I was worried that it would improperly start showing the text before the transition's done, but maybe that's not really a problem. Like that. So we've got to have a better way of doing it than I guess action Q. Well, okay. If I look up battle moves, we have precedent for just wait for a set number of milliseconds as an action, as part of an action queue. So we can do that and then do conversation. Maybe 1 second and then do it. All right, let's see if this looks a little bit better. Just kind of fine-tuning it. Okay, waits 1 second. Now, why isn't the stem pointing to her, though? Is she not listed as herself? Remote. Battle actors. No, I want battle manager. Player side units. Player side unit 1. Actor. Actor code partner. I guess I could just do. Maybe it's a little bit silly to do it this way, but what about just call it partner that way? Maybe that'll do it. We're gonna find out. It's back here. I wonder if we need a separate volume knob for dialogue noises. Because I could totally see someone not enjoying that. No, it still doesn't come from. It's still coming from way off screen. Huh. I mean, that's minor. But still weird. Okay, that's fine. All right, put this bush back. Okay, this area, pretty good. Oh, next thing I need to check here is confirm when I walk across the bridge, do I hit any invisible walls? Also, I think I need to extend out the, oh yeah, look at this. Yeah, I sure do. I hit this one right here. Got over it. Any other ones, though? Can't tell if I'm hitting this one or if that's part of the bridge I'm getting stuck on. But this, definitely. Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. How to deal with that? How to deal with this? Replace it with a fence? No, that doesn't really help, does it? Bring it forward? Geesh, what do I do about that? Can't just leave that wide open. I guess if I put it like down here-ish, that would be okay. Makes that a little bit trivial, which I guess is fine. But yeah, this zone, this camera control zone, definitely we want to extend this like that. Okay, let's take a look now. Very easy maze. Ah, pig! Dodged. Cool. And then we're over here. Works for me. Yeah, there's no way you can. No, good. All right, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that, I believe. This guy still has nothing to say. My hope was to make it so that there was something that the tongue could reach. Okay, maybe, how about this? Let's take a rock platform here. Get it nice and firmly in the water. Something that's decidedly like, okay, you're going in. And then something that's very much like I want to get you out here to a precarious point. And then have something that you very definitely cannot quite jump to. And this is specifically for coming back later. Yeah, you can't get to that. Also, this is poorly rotated. That's the direction. There we go. There's no way. Yeah, I can't. But I had my trusty partner, Leon. Yes. Okay. That's like very well within his reach. All right. And then this frog here can talk about, he can wax poetic about how sometimes you gotta come back later. And that is us very intentionally telling the player, that's a good point. I can think of someone in particular that will try for a very long time. Lick an NPC. Please do not lick the NPCs, but maybe you should. Maybe you should get to do that. Maybe that's what this game is really missing right now. Basically just want a little conversation here. Get lines. /G dash frog dash frog1. Okay, so then I need to pull up raw text for chapter 1. Talk first, then lick. There you go. And this guy is he's gonna talk about life, but what he's truly doing is being clear with the player. This is a game where sometimes you need to come back later to get treasures. So it's okay if you don't get everything you see. There's a chance that you're gonna get a skill later that will let you grab the item. And by telling the player that right next to this very visible treasure, we're being very heavy-handed with our hints in saying, this one right here, you cannot get it, stop trying, come back later in the game. That is not in the demo. Let's see here, how are we gonna... Is a good things come to those who wait kind of thing, or delayed gratification. Well, we'll let him be a little bit, saw some unobtainable item, he tries to say, exactly, you get it. So I think that is an important thing. I had that experience in Celeste, where it was, it was one of the early puzzles, and I was like, maybe I need to come back later, but I don't know. Like strawberries that I'd occasionally see, I think, maybe I get more abilities later? Because I went in completely blind. It was a wonderful experience. But the game was not very clear to me on the idea that, yes, everything is in fact available right away. If you see a strawberry, it is possible to get it. You don't have to come, we're not playing Metroidvanias here. So I want to be clear with the player early in the game and basically spell it out. Like, all right, listen, you're going to have more abilities later. It's gonna be great. Dude, but welcome in, and thank you for that lizard party. Here they come. Lizards everywhere. Look at all these lizards coming by. I want this guy to seem like vaguely philosophical, but at the same time, it's like it's very clear you're talking about a video game right now. It's true. It's so true. All right, that's looking all right. Let's add some grass. Little tufts. Okay, yeah, that was her. She sneezed. Node 3D, call it grass. Add to that a add-on node gardener, which means I have to set the working directory, and hopefully this will just work. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna go on top of invisible walls if I'm not careful. I need to turn the strength down a bit. Yeah, look at that. Now, if I hide these, is it still placing it on top of them? It sure is. Okay. New idea then. Take these, bring them down, out of the way. And now let's add these. This is a very good add-on. Multi-mesh is not super well done in Godot, in my opinion. Needs some work. That looks fine. There, now these two, bring them back up. And there we go. Good. All right, so we'll need a treasure for here, and that's gonna be for pass 3. Because I want to make some decent icons for each of the modules. Right now I have a few placeholder ones in place, but they're not very good. And the problem is I'm trying to do things twofold. One is I want them to have icons, but also I want those to then be able to be tiled into an interesting shape. And so it's like, it doesn't work it works okay. But like not super great. What do we got? What is this? What is this right here? Is this amateur hour? But yeah, I'm feeling good about this area. Oh, I see something I need. There's some grass up here. Assume that would be nice. Except you can't see it because this grass is too high up. That's fine. Okay. Cool. All right, the next piece in this room is the intro cinematic. So I want it to be that when you've... Oh, okay. This is a feature that I want to add, but I've not yet added. When you get to an area in some RPGs, you know how it like says the name of the area in the corner or something? I want to do that, but I specifically want to do it with the perforated printer paper, that green and white striped perforated printer paper, you know, with the holes on the sides. I want that to come up with a very old printer noise. And it'll have the name of the area printed on it, coming up in the corner. And I don't know if that's going to be a 3D object that like actually like has some depth to it as it like folds out, or if it's just going to be a little very flat icon with the text imposed. But that's the plan. And so I want that little thing to come up while we're doing the intro cinematic. I think that would be fun and cute. And it would give us a way to actually name different areas to the player without having NPCs spell everything out all the time. You give places a sense of weight and like, okay, this is a place. You're not just in a new screen. This is a place here. You better watch out. You better watch yourself. Vines. Was I gonna do vines? I mean, I guess this is a good start for the greenery, but I don't know. I guess the vines are mostly going to be on the inside. Okay, cinematic. Okay, scroll on up here. We'll call that a camera control. We'll put it in the camera control folder. So this is going to be a little bit... It is a cinematic, isn't it? How do we trigger that initially? Guess we'll figure it out. Alright, Node 3D. Intro. Cinematic. To apply. Throw a cinematic object in there. Cinematic node, which requires a series of cinematic steps. What kind of steps are we doing here? Camera targets. With an instant camera target. Yes, adjust rotation to match. Target is going to be this right here. Gonna pull that like really close to here. Nice and high up here. And then new camera target right after that, with a nice slow 5 seconds, pulling out. Let's see. Let's just see if that works on its own. So we need a cinematic trigger. Non-repeatable. Put that here for when you first get in the zone. I mean, I guess initially we can put it in our spawn spot. Does this work? Yeah! Oh! Cool. That actually worked really well, surprisingly. We also need to launch to put that in a wait for state node. This is one that I have created that will ensure that things only happen if the state is in the correct state. So we're going to call this one O1G intro. And I like to also add that to here. to specify whether or not it's been done. We're gonna refurl our bridge here. Okay, so wait for state. We're only gonna do this if it's in state 0. Okay, cinematic state, cinematic steps, set state. That needs to be in here. The very end has to be the very last one, because otherwise this gets deleted while we're in the cinematic, which kind of sucks. Does some goofy stuff if we do that. All right, so we're going to pull this camera out here, and then we're going to flip. No. Let's keep it slow. Let's keep it slow and steady. Slow and steady. Looking over here at this waterfall. 5 seconds later. And then after that, we unset. And then we set our state. Frog Rock, you are now in Frog Rock. Oh, why did it click? I don't like that click it did there on that one. What was that? What was that? It's not a huge deal, but I didn't like it. Okay, so that goes there. So to get to there, we have to arrive through room F. Oh, what a beautiful flower. Yeah, nice. Very cool. Don't know if this is necessary. That's fine, actually. That's weird at the end, though. I don't know it's kind of glitching out a bit. There you go. It's short and sweet. And it's like, ooh, a treasure. And he told us that we can't have it right away. Maybe I should put like a small treasure here that you can have right away. Like a bob. You know, we got our bits and bobs as our collectibles. Go. Honestly, this turned out really good. Room G. That was a lot more changes than I expected. We did a lot with the space. I'm very satisfied with that. This is getting cut. There was a cinematic here where a log like falls off, like you turn a gear and then a log falls off and then floats down river and it creates a bridge across. We're cutting that out. My original thought was like, oh, so you can get back to town faster. But you're gonna be, there's like 2 fights between here and town. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. I'll make sure that you can access some strawberries. A bush with a strawberry in it would just be delightful. I should go back and put one of these bouncy bushes in another area and make it so that when you hit it, it spits out a strawberry or something. Or some other useful item that you would like to have. Or even up here would be good. Of course, then the player is going to be checking every one of these bushes. which could be a dumb little side quest later, like one of those kind of like, oh, I lost my prize trophy. It's definitely, I definitely lost it in the bushes near the waterfall. And it's like, oh, great, now I gotta check every one of those. You know, those kind of side quests where you're like, ugh. That's what the video game needs. It needs lots of ugh moments. People love those. I think I can declare this room done. Second pass is done. Onion rings. Look at all these translucent boxes. What a mess. This room, I did already go back and make some modifications. One specific one is that I made it so that there's a variant of the save icon where I can tell it use darkroom mode, where it does not shade the blue and white, so it's always perfectly bright regardless of the light level. It makes an interesting little effect. Also worked on this camera a bit, so it's a little bit cleaner-ish. Ish, very ish. This will just be a grab this and go kind of zone. This area has nothing except for that little side treasure. This one, we need some enemies. I might need to make this zone bigger, even? Because this is not much of an area to avoid an enemy on. It's a pretty small area. Also, now that I've changed the jump physics, this jump is kind of big, so we will want to adjust that as well. But these areas, like this area is too small, this area is too small, this area is too small, and those are the areas I was thinking would be good for some kind of enemy. And also, we might want to block the camera right around here. I don't know. It's kind of okay for it to like go a little bit further out. This area, there's nothing interesting though. That we can definitely put a camera control zone on. 55. Do it. Let's just do it. Room I. What a mess of decoration. As long as it works. Hey, Hudson. How you doing? How you doing? Camera boundaries, that's what we need. What is this camera control zone supposed to be doing? Oh, rotate degrees. We don't need to do that, though. That's silly. Locking in. Yeah, why did we need to... Alright, so get rid of that. We're not doing that. We'll rotate the whole zone by 20 degrees if we need to do that. Minimum. Okay. Here. Here. Maximum. Here. Another quarter of all A's. Possibly the goat. Entirely plausible. That jump is too big now. The physics have been messed with. It needs to be adjusted. This needs to be bigger. And everything needs to be 20 degrees shifted. can I not put those in here? I wonder. Okay, there we go. Transform by 20 degrees. Other 20 degrees. Negative 20 degrees. Start playing Mario Maker 2 again. Uh-oh. Getting back in it. See, that's not good. That's not how this camera should work. Endless Expert handheld mode only. That seems reasonable, honestly. Okay, so that's good there. Minimum needs to be further to the right because it's not triggering at all. Instantly got filled with dread. Yeah, it's that was good. It was a different time, wasn't it? For all of us. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. We just don't have to do it anymore. That's the magic of things. Come out an extra block. An extra 1 block. Yeah, I forgot about this. If I move things around, the solidity is not going to line up. That's going to be weird. That looks okay, I guess. Just having fun. That's the way to do it. Just have fun. Okay, make sure this looks okay. This is not okay. That needs some fixing, but that's otherwise fine. This... that needs some fixing. Oh yeah, that rock is super not cool. Give me the camera control zones. This rock is not great. Better. Enemies. Gonna add a new actor into the fray here. Cave Mite. That hasn't been seen before. Ever. The snails are a good introduction to enemy defense, but not enough. They just barely have a little extra defense. But these cave mites, they have some serious defense that you have to actually plan around. So we're asking the player to please step up your game. Give them the zone of doom. Control zone. Why is always screwed up? So consistently. Alright, pretty small little patrol zone here. Want to make sure he doesn't fall off or something. He's going to be very much in your way. Maybe he can fall as a treat. All right, there we go. Cave Mike. And then we need to duplicate him. Moving on up. Let's put him here. Missed. There we go. Have a vaguely similar zone of influence. No control like there-ish. These guys haven't actually been established. They can walk around though. That's good. These guys have no battle assigned to them. So when he strikes, I don't know what's actually going to happen. Okay, there we go. That's what's going to happen. Nothing. It's going to fail. Battle script. Okay. Cool. You must. Battle script handler. Null. Okay. So do this. Counter details dot get. Battle script's the key. Default value is null. So that'll help that. It's a pig. It's just a pig. Okay. Where does that code encounter manager? Where does that code live? It's the encounter code. Ah, there we go. So if I go to a snail actor, it's got an encounter zone with no encounter zone defined. Okay, hang on. Let me find the pig. Encounter zone, 01 pig. And then this guy, 01 pig balloon. Okay. Got it. So first of all, these snails, some of them will just not actually... Okay, cool. So this needs to be 01 snail. Snail actor 2 encounter zone also needs to be an 01 snail. Pigs are fine. Man, who knew? That pig is okay. Okay, and then just 2 snails. Oh, I love Bomberman 64. Then F should be fine as well. This guy is O1 pig. Interesting. You are O1 pig. You are O1 pig helmet. Okay, and then in room I, this guy gets to be O1 cave mite. He's a cave mite. Violet wings. No one guesses letters anymore. Okay, here's where that lives. Here's where that lives. Oh yeah, it was pig helmet. Where did I copy it? Okay, these are the different types of battles you can get. So we say if it's snail, then you could get a pair of snails. You could get a pig and a snail. Is there like a shuffle? There is a shuffle. So I can just say, oh, but it's not. It's in place. Well, surely I can. No, can you not override it? Let's see. Godot. Extend. Flat. Extend. Array? Can I extend array? Oh, jeez. What is going on here? Imp, welcome in. You hate the array methods, not returning the array. I'm wondering if there's a way I can extend arrays out. How is the rando tonight? Was it a ped seed? You can't extend built-in types. No. Okay, but very rando. I could at least make a utility method. Just call it shuffle array. Takes in an untyped array because, gosh, you type the arrays and it gets mad at you later on. Things are going well. We are on our second pass of areas, sprucing up the different rooms. Room G has just gotten quite a glow up. And now we are finally delving back into the caves. And I'm needing to extend arrays, but that's not an option, so... So I'll just say array.shuffle and then return array. Like that's all I need right there is utility.shuffle array. Boom. Right there. Now we have 3 different varieties of how this encounter could go. You could have a pig up front. You could have a pig in the back. Typed arrays in GDScript. They're okay usually, but I've noticed some really rough issues when you try to assign to them. What I've ended up... Maybe this is fixed in later versions of Godot, because I'm not upgraded yet. Because they're still releasing patches on 4.4. I keep having to use assign. So rather than, what is an example? So I have an array of battle units, and selected item target set is an array of battle units. But if I do targets gets selected item target set, it errors out. It just says, no, this is not compatible. You can't have this untyped array. And it's probably because, like, it's, I don't know, because it's not a typed array itself, but yeah. This is the deal with Python-like languages, you know? I hate having to do the dot assign, but it works. And so This part of the code, there are two types of objects that I'm juggling that are very similar, and I need to be certain that I never accidentally assign the wrong type of object to this array, or it creates a hard to troubleshoot bug where I just don't notice for a long time and start troubleshooting the wrong stuff. So I was like, all right, we'll use a typed array there, but that means I have to do all this mess with assign. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so there's what happens when you encounter a snail, and then we also need our new enemy, the cave mite. What's his code? How do I get his code? Oh, that's the enemy directory. That's where that's keyed. It is just cave mite. Perfect. So if you encounter a cave mite, you're gonna get maybe a couple cave mites. Maybe you'll get a pig. Now, with the cave mites, their main issue is they can have very high defense. So, I guess that's it. They can have very high defense, so you might get some cave mites. Maybe you'll get a couple of pigs in there too. We'll see. That's a possibility. You're either facing 2 cave mites or 2 pigs and a cave mite in a random arrangement. Cave mite at the front would be the worst. Well, I guess not. Well, yeah, because Cat is forced to hit the front row only. So that kind of could put you in a spot. But there you go. Now, let's take a look at the cave now. Because now we should be able to actually enter a fight. So now we got this guy. He can chase us off the ledge. He didn't, though. Maybe he can't. Wait. Oh, no, he just won't. Oh, yeah. It really makes me miss TypeScript of all things. There we go. Oh, look at him. What a beaut. I'm quite proud with how this little guy turned out. I drew him months ago. And what's really nice is I've got lots of ideas of how we can extend this guy and make him look and act very different while keeping the same animations and basic battle usefulness. Like, we can replace a stalactite with, say, a big stump, like a petrified stump or something, or some other large thing. I don't know. Coral. You could be hiding under coral. See, there's all sorts of possibilities. And you give him like a slight color tint. You know how it goes with RPGs. Sharp coral. That would look cool. Little coral guy. Now, there's going to be I am planning on having a boss version of this, maybe as a late game mid-boss, maybe as just a completely optional boss. So this guy's the stalagmite, and I was thinking, well, you gotta have a stalactite then later. And instead of the cave mite, it'll be the cave titan, you see. Yes, a little bit of a play on words there, yes. Anyway, I'm gonna hit him with a bowling ball now, and he's gonna die. They need to be worth more XP than 6, though. They need to have a little bit. We need to work on the money rewards. Kind of like. See, this is a cool spot right here. I love this because you get up here, the screen scrolls up, and then it's like, okay, wait for your moment, go, 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 go. It's good. It's good. I think, boom, we already finished that room. That room is done now. I love the hanging vines, too. That's all just like a little 3D sprite. But it's a really... because when it gets really close to the camera, you can, like, see the brush strokes really well. It's very fun. I like it. This room needs some work, because these camera triggers are... well, actually, they're working okay. but I may want to work on this room. This room is, well, yeah, we need to deal with the physics a bit. Also, I gotta figure out this mess, the snap. Right now, we can abandon an in-progress move of like a camera target. That is by design to make sure that things don't get offset in weird ways. Is that if you trigger a second camera change while in the middle of another transition, it abandons the first one. But that's creating some snapping, and I think there is a good way we could get around that. These little ripples. This is the cheapest little ripple. It is literally an area 3D that when you land on the lily pad, it triggers a little animation of a sprite 3D extending. Also, we need splashes for the partner and the player. When the player hits the water, it's instant, like, bzz. But when the partner does it, the partner doesn't care. The partner just falls through, and because of the priority on the different materials, it's just like falling off of the game view. These probably need to be slowed down a bit so that you really have to like rotate the control stick a few times. Okay. It's late. Let's see if we can catch Germ. He's doing the Kirby game. The Forg. Perfect. Yeah, it works really well with the gears. And then I'm trying to get into making lots of these like gear-coded things where, okay, it's not a gear, but it's, we've encountered a lot of other six-pointed, vaguely circular objects of about this size. You don't suppose? So this is going to be the first time in the game where we display this kind of thing of like, okay, some gears are not literally gears, and I'm going to make sure that the hint for this area points that out. And this is like 2 rooms away from the mid-boss, so we want to make sure we add some enemies to this zone. We're going to slow down the gear speed, and maybe this is a good time to work on the splash animation as well. I think that would be good. Oh, I missed the truck part. I'm gonna have to watch Germdub's VOD. All right, everyone, thank you for hanging out. Had a lot of fun. We got a lot done. Room G, looking good. We added a whole little mini maze to make room of all this extra area. Good idea, Al. We added the opening cinematic for when you first... That does look a little bit like a frog, right? Like, that's like, looks a bit like a frog. Oh, yeah. Get a little overview, and then you start there. It's good. It's good. We will be back on Wednesday for more of this. No stream on Friday this week, but we'll still have our normal Wednesday stream, and then probably be back on Sunday after that. Have a good week, everybody. Good night. I'll see you around.